Hi, I'm Phil with a unique combined message from my business, Henry Wealth Management, and my ministry, the Phil Henry Power Gospel, entitled, President Trump has COVID-19. What 3 things should you do? Like all Americans, you woke up on October 2nd and learned that President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump tested positive for COVID-19. Well, some of you know me as a wealth manager, and some of you know me as an ordained minister, and some of you know me as both. So while I do not make it a habit to mix politics and business and religion, in this video I'm going to take some liberties and I hope that they'll resonate. Let me share 3 things that I think all of us should do in light of this news. The first 2 will primarily be from the minister and me, and the third point will be from Phil Henry, the financial advisor. So my 3 tips, my 3 pearls of wisdom that come to mind upon learning that POTUS and FLOTUS have tested positive for COVID-19, here they are. Number 1, what should you say? Number 2, what should you think? And number 3, what should you do? As for what you should say, that's an easy one. Say a prayer. In the New Testament letter of 1 Timothy, the elder apostle Paul instructed his younger mentee Timothy in the midst of a national crisis in Israel to pray. So what did Paul write to Timothy? What did Paul tell Timothy to say? In 1 Timothy 2:1 and 2, we read this. First of all, then, I urge that entreaties and prayers, petitions and thanksgivings be made on behalf of all people, for kings and for all who are in authority, so that we may lead a tranquil and quiet life in all godliness and dignity. The call of Paul was for all people to pray, for all people, especially for our elected and appointed leaders. And you don't have to like who you're praying for. But when we ask God to give our leaders, starting with our president, wisdom and understanding, the scriptures say the result is that we may lead a tranquil and quiet life. Would you like more tranquility? Would you like more peace and civility? Let's do our part number 1 and pray for President Trump and all of our leaders. Number 2 on my list of 3 is what should you think? Let me again go scriptural. Paul wrote about this topic in Romans chapter 12. For through the grace given to me, I say, everyone among you not to think more highly of ourselves than we ought to think, but to think as to have sound judgment, as God has allotted to each a measure of faith. In my opinion, it's okay to say, I'm different than you. Here's how I think we should handle a given issue. But to say I'm better than you, that's arrogant, and the scriptures certainly teach against that. In James chapter 4, it says this, God resists the proud, but gives grace to the humble. It goes on to say, humble yourselves in the presence of the Lord, and he will exalt you. So how should we think? With humility. We can be different than others, but be on guard against thinking that we're better than others, or we will all be resisted by God. Finally, number 3, now wearing my financial advisor hat. President Trump and his wife have tested positive for COVID-19. What should you do? As an investor, news like this can cause severe panic in the financial markets. Investors get scared. They sell their stocks and bonds, often at great losses, in order to run to the perceived safety of cash. What should you do? 1 word. Nothing. Our clients have bought the philosophy that it's best to build a long-term, highly diversified, and globally allocated portfolio and then live with it. At times like this, we also stress the following. It's not timing the market, but time in the market that matters. From mid-February through the end of March, at the onset of COVID, we watched the Dow Jones fall from 29,000 to 18,000 in just 5 weeks. Only a couple of our clients, despite our objections, did sell in the midst of that free fall. And those who sell usually say the same thing. I'll get back in when things calm down. Well, what fell to 18,000 and rose to 29,000 in 5 months and now has been hovering around 27,000, no one predicted such a swift recovery. Here's an important reminder. You don't lose money when the prices within your portfolio drop. You lose money when the prices within your portfolio drop and you sell. During times of panic, pull the strap on your financial seatbelt a little tighter and remember what to do. Nothing. So this was a first. I took the liberty of mixing my business with my ministry, and I hope it spoke truth and clarity and calmness to you. What should we say? Prayers. How should we think? With humility. What should we do, especially with our portfolios? Nothing. For more information on our business, check out henrywealth.com, and for my ministry, please go to philhenrypowergospel.com. I always close Henry Wealth videos by saying the first thing we earn is trust, and we're grateful to our clients on how they do trust us and the planning we do for them. And I always close my power messages by saying, may God bless you and empower you. And now may He bless and empower each of you, and certainly our leaders, as we pray for them.